You know, I will repeat until the Americans understand what you are. The reason the Vatican calls you Satan to me is because July the 20th, my birthday of the 21st century, literally, the social security number of the head of Delft, okay, the Bilderberg town, with the ending of 221, is, as old news on the news, the nails, was my head, the head of the original Jamila, was smashed on the coastlines. And with the limits to growth of Gabor, or Alex Evans, the Club of Rome, and others, the girl, after her head was smashed in on the coastlines, has relics, such as Ubermensch, pink and blues. Now, considering you don't understand the simple Vatican concept, or any concept, of having the original girl's head smashed on the coastlines, you don't get to find out about the blues. Why? The nails, whether it is in the United Nations in Rome or in Germany, Bruno, Jesus Sadana, the ass, the donkey, or Woolwich with the inner circles, Martin Snowden, or La Sapienza, okay, first, second, and fifth floor. All of that is empty because I am dead. You cannot look at the forget-me-not flower of that girl. The poppies are on your coastlines. Now, this is all news on the news, that's correct? So you were pissed off that there was a mermaid. You were pissed off that there was a fall. You were pissed off that within the inter-communities in the UN and Italy, international high schools and schools and universities and Woolwich and other countries, there was a fall. A ship fell. Because Jamila was more related, the original, to the IMO, International Maritime Organization of the UN, which is based in the UK, or what they call the water beast. Like, I was born in Rome and the Vatican, Peninsula, Ireland, England, UK, San Francisco, Peninsula. To myself, my intelligence was related to water, not to air, not to land. Okay, so when I said to you, Greenwich Mean Time, with Martin Snowden and the Bletchley Circle, they're also related to water because they're UK. They're tendentially more likely to behave like water people because they're islands, like Australia. So I don't want to go back to Canada. But what happened was, I'm not Julian Assange. The girl was famous for July 2221. She had her head smashed in on the coastlines. That's my birthday. That's my ID. I am what they call the tripod replacement child after you smashed my head in on the coastlines, which you're still denying till today. So when they said phenomenal in Italy at La Sapienza, knowledge at the university, when they said phenomenal in the UN, when they said phenomenal in Germany, German Baslers and German aerospace, they were not kidding, darlings. When the Germans started naming their children Jamila as a memory, as a tribute, you have no limits to your insane jealousy. The pain those men felt when the original Jamila had her head smashed in on your coastlines means nothing to you in America. Nothing, July 2221, smashing her head in. You hate the forget-me-not of that girl, tripod replacement. It doesn't matter if the Opus Dei blessed me in the Vatican. They're based in Italy. You are the fucking whores, America. I know now why you go to college and you pay $150,000 to go to college. I know why. You want to be elite. July 20 of the 21st century was the ship Elite, the Stupid Times, with the Italians and the Brits, is emptying your fucking coastlines. Mademoiselle's tits and ass in America. Why? Because when you smashed the leader of that movement, if you can call it a movement, July 2221, the nails, the ship mermaid in Italy, in the UN. They call it phenomenal. No UN people, no La Sapienza, no Wooliches, no Russians, no Saudis, no even Germans are not going to be looking at that and the void created by smashed in head on the coastlines of special mathematics and space tech of July 2021 and keep rehashing it in a dead baby. Unless it really happened, you can't look at the forget-me-not. It's not a question of insane jealousy or insane envies. You fucking assholes. Women and men. You're not patriots. You're assholes. You killed intelligence on the coastlines. You were happy about it. You didn't have that intelligence. We gave it to you. And over time, you killed me, July 22-1, and the sciences that those guys and me were doing together. Benjamin Ofori did cancer for Scotland and Canada, married to a Chinese girl. He said to me he was pink. He said that this shit was the easiest. Just like the brother of the mother, who was head of sciences at Warsaw University, saying to me at Kangoo, this is cheap shit, biomats. You didn't do biomats. This is too shit for the 21st century. Go to Moscow. That's your mir. In Cairo, the uncle of the father did sciences. Cairo University and Ministry of Science. Sorry, darling. Your mir is Saudi. Go to Saudi, go to Moscow, go to Rome, anywhere. You were famous, but you're dead. You're a replacement child. Do you understand what it means, the limits to grow? To smash somebody's head on the coastlines and tell me in the Dar es Salaam neighborhoods out there on the capital cities on my Crolis and Richard Cross that the Zuberman, Shalaka, Pink and Blues. How did that happen after you smashed my head, the original girl's head in? You're terrorists! US. And you made it like nothing happened. You denied it. You buried that girl on the coastlines. When the Vatican, which is not based anywhere near to your shithole of America, especially the coastlines of California, came up and said to me that you're Southerner. When I was 5 years old, I just looked at them like, phenomenal, that's empty because of you. The poppy fields on the coastlines of sciences. That's your shit getting emptier. You see, they didn't allow it. They didn't allow that girl to die alone. There was a ship. That's why there was the mermaid. That's why they fell with her. That's why Martin Snowden and the Italians stuck to me even in my death. After sulfur acid. After what you did to the head of Jamila. You smashed her head in on the coastlines. And you sat there spitting in the face of the forget-me-not. Because I bet the best! Look at my tits and ass, I went to Harvard, I got a PhD! That's your ugliness, America. And that's the word of the original Jamila out of the coastlines. If she could speak, I'm speaking for her. Baby replacement. Now, you don't understand what the Hague is. You don't understand Dirk-Jan van Dam. You don't understand the Hague. You don't understand that concept. You can't understand what you lost on the coastlines. Because you can't understand how the open bitch was made after you smashed my head. You are retards. And somebody who literally is a phoenix from the poppy fields of the coastlines in this format to make you feel good about your shit will tell you to your face after that many motherfucking blessings from the Vatican, the Opus Dei, the shit, the Italians, the Brits, Martin Snowden, the Russians, the Saudis, the UN, even the German aerospace, to fuck off just for that girl. And that is why I exist as a forget-me-not. The forget-me-not is this. You could see it coming from fucking China with all the flyings and runnings around the world, where she used to work on the coastlines. And most importantly, the parents are on retirements in Fresno. Now, Where did my darkness originally come from? The original girl. My mother was born in Pieszyce. Most Polish people are not born in the Arctic. Okay? Pieszyce is in the Arctic, about 10 minutes away from the town of Norilsk. That is Turk at that time. And the pioneer camps at the age of 5. Now, how you select people to go to pioneer camps and places like that, I have no idea for the parents. They're directorates of OSRO, TCOR, and USAID, hired in Washington, D.C. Now, for me to go to Natalie Direct in Brussels, who I grew up with in Rome, or Lara Quintus, who grew up in Rome, both born in the Vatican and the same hospital as me in Rome, and ask them again, after my head was smashed in on the coastlines and I'm some replacement child with 2-to-1, ask what Delft Social Security number from Hope City, and the parents are from New York and California, and ask them, why are you defending the parents? They will shove a royal load of cheap-ass shit that you are, and the most expensive shit and beyonds, and a hail of motherfucking bombs, and who knows what else they can dump on your shit ass in California. That many times. Okay? So don't speak to me about your degrees after what happened to that girl. Don't speak to me about your boyfriends, because I didn't need boyfriends on the flyings and the runnings. When I had my head smashed in and I came back like this, I'm not exactly myself. The only thing I have in common, which I mean less the eyebrows, unfortunately, is the eyebrows. In the UN, in Italy, in Rome, basically Rome, yeah? Woolwich's, London, and other countries that have the platinum hairs with her, the white hairs. That's old news. The smashed in head is old news. The nails is old news. The ship already fell long ago. If you want to change it with your PhDs, you're welcome. Because that's what you are. The best. I'm the best! This is what I can't stand in you in the US. I can't. You're sick. Now, to try to make me sick and sound like nothing. The Roman Tribunal has 250 pages for the Ukrainian fucking tribal at the Dolores shelter, the stalkers, the federal prisoners are the stalkers from LA, born and bred in Frisco. Then they have another 250 pages for a hospital in Fresno. Why? Because they're saying that the child, after being self-arrested, was abused, which I denied, but the Western Europeans said that's abuse. So, and that's on my literal crawlies. And they say that you only have 1 for 7 to 2 to 1 of geological rebirth. And that's basically 2 slots of the social security number, after which you will not be reborn. So the UN schools that have the genetic freaks and all that stuff, after that girl had her head smashed in on the coastlines, and you lost July 20th to 2-1, the true one, that became a reality of loss of Intel. Now, why Intel would have done that with her, I don't know. If really July 22 to 1 was what La Sapienza University claims till today, on the 1st, 2nd, and 5th floor, that's empty because you're dead. As Titiana would say, you know, the Red Poppies and all the others. And the UN and the Woolwichers and Martin Snowden and those other countries. If this is the truth, then what you killed on the coastlines is your pretenses. Meaning, if you're angry at me about the J-Lo concept with the platinum hairs around the world and within the CIA, it means you're retarded in America. Because you smashed the leader's head on the coastlines. July 22 to 1. And I am the relic of that girl. Now, if you want to kill me again for the entertainment of the masses, because I'm already dead, I'm Roman, you go ahead. You've already attempted to kill me in Frisco and Fresno. Because you are what you are. At the Knox, at the Dolores shelter, in Fresno, you are what you are, US. Retarded. Officially. And I was trying to stick to stupid times, Greenwich Mean Times. You're just retarded. For me alone. And this is official with the Roman Tribunal. Okay? So when the Vatican sat there in St. Peter's and was speaking about in the psych ward when I went there after Grabsky, they didn't keep me long. They said, you're not crazy. They're just breaking you down. And so why are you sending me back? If I already did 4 years of trackings on my little crawlies and 4.5 years here, why are you sending me back to Frisco? Because. Because what? Because of all the flyings. You saw the picture. You saw the, yeah, that's it. You have your roof, aboves, behind, aboves, behinds, and a little beyond because it's hills. You understand? They're hills. And there's mountains, and then there's ground. There's more mountains down here. And a bit. Flies! Run it! Oh, I see it coming. Goes, and then the crawlies. And then, so, Papa and Mama. They're the same. Papa and Mama. Oh, Papa and Mama. When they called me the wormhole to the worm in the UN project, a space tech, they were not fucking kidding, bitch! The Holland, the Clementine, the problem with that is that you killed it on the cut lines. The one, the like the day, and the new the deals, better, the ghost town. I'm gonna kill the baby, send them icicles. This is what you are, US. Don't you see it? Don't you see it? That's what's famous about you, not about me. I'm already dead in intel in that capacity after what you did to that girl on the coastlines. You stupid asses. And then you say, well, why is that us? Why the ship tower? What did they say? The guy's, oh, better. I got a PhD. I went to Harvard. She was running. She was running. She got on the coastlines. Bitch! That's what I hear from you every day for over 20 years on the retirements of the parents. You retards, US. Either you're retards or you're haters. Or you're haters. And no one's going to change that. No education, no degree, no PhD, nothing. Who you are inside as individuals. As individuals. You don't make history that way. History comes from what the girl did. And in the death of that girl, there were losses. That's history. For the others, that's the Holy Grail. For the others, the Vatican, that's the Holy Grail. I'd rather have the Italians and the Vatican, Opus Dei itself, himself, bless me, and call the Americans Huren. German aerospace calling you Huren. The Nazi skills calling you Huren. You were something else. I'm happy they brought you back even in the blink of time. The Woolwichers, Martin Snowden, that fell head of sciences with the white hairs in the metros at the age of 15, calling the Americans shitholes. For me, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have the Russians and the Saudis and the United Nations, all you fuck whores, after what you did to the original Jamila, July 22-1, being smashed in on the head and coming back as a forget-me-not of that girl. You can do it again. I don't mind. Because I know you. I know the US. We already have the Hague of Dirk Jan van Dam. We have the Bureau de Veritas. We have the Roman Tribunal on the little crawlies of that girl. We will maybe add. I only have 2 slots. Remember, I only have 47 to 21 of that social security number. The 9 digits in the social security number. After that, I won't come back into those genetic schools in the UN. I won't exist. The names, the little forget-me-not after what happened on the coastlines will not exist. You could continue without July 20, without Benjamin Avori, the cheap shit of pink and Poland, without the greys, without the black and white of Jamila. That's all news on the news. The problem was, bitch is dead. We could then why is this stupid fucking shit with the problem has emptying on the coastlines? You think I can change that? From China, you can see it coming? You think I can change that? You think I can go to those guys and say to them, in Woolwich or in Italy with the Plum has La Sapienza? Or the Italians? Yeah? What has? The academicians, the Woolwichers, or the others? Or even the Germans with the white hairs, eyebrows? The aerospace guys? Or the Russians going, that was our shit, motherfucking girl, you did. Saudis, that was our shit, motherfucking girl, you did. I'm my Turk. I didn't go to Turk, missing link. You're just downplaying everything. You erase that girl, and you can't even look at her forget-me-not. You know perfectly well that if somebody has their head smashed in on the bus line, she don't come back in any shape or form the same. You know that. That there was a limit to growth of Gabor and the others in time, seeing it coming. Yes. And that was the Dar es Salaam neighborhoods, because between London and Rome, you can speak about a phenomenon, even Germany. But when I went to the Dar es Salaam neighborhoods in Russia and Saudi Arabia and Arabias, there were Ubermensch in the poor places. People were dropping their jaws looking at me in the begging areas. She's alive. And after 2 weeks of my little crawlies, there, my original homes, my original blood, came out the Ubermensch. Maybe there's Uberfraus. Disgusting. So what you lost July 22-1 on the Ghost Lines is still lost. And until you learn that that girl had a ship, a mermaid and Titanic, from China you could see it. This is all news. The nails in Africa, the nails around the world, connected dots with West Globals, is all news on the news, darling. It's already forgotten. But they don't deny me. You did. So for me, to have all those guys around the world saying that I'm called celeb, I'm blessed, and America's a horse. After Safaraz, I was smashing my head in on the Ghost Lines and still hating the relic, trying to explain about July the 2021 and the cooperation, Western Europeans, and the blessings, to the Americans. It's impossible. You said your cycles, this, so you could feel like women and men in the US after smashing my head in on the Ghost Lines with the Hague. Cazzo di tutti one stupid times. You're mentally retarded with the Roman tribunal. And they connected that shit of the Ukrainian abroad to your ass here. With the 250 extra pages of the Roman Bundestag tribunal, together with your fucking hospital, that they sued, most likely. I don't know what they did. In fact, there was 250 pages over there. So, you do what you fucking want. I don't care anymore. Because, in my opinion, that's already lost. The ship is doing its own shit. I can't control it. I didn't connect the dots with West Globals, and you're sitting there, you know, slapping your tits and ass like a fucking PhD piece of paper is gonna fucking change the world. Well, that shit's just doing its own shit. I warned you. You didn't give a shit. The corporations are sitting there in the UN and will say you were phenomenal. And they're spitting out blood as a child crying out till today that that girl was killed on the Ghost Lines, having the Scotland film to stay out of your shithole of a country. Everyone's speaking about the blessed girl, and you are Southerner. Take responsibility for your bitches and assholes, US, and your losses in the US. You don't need somebody who was hurt, smashed in head on the Ghost Lines, come back like try to explain at the age of 51, I'm 50, almost 51, on all those crawlies and little crawlies, trying to be abused, extras, but they're looking at you like sick. Warsaw to Poland, Mir is Russian, can't go shit. Cairo the same to Saudi. That's all, easy. Go to Rome, go to London. Everyone has all news on the news now. That's what's lost. The Scotland film, stay out. Your kind, that wasn't even a kind, that became a type, please stay out. Then what is this forget-me-not for? This historic forget. The Chinese in the UN say, you did history. You did history. And I'm like looking at them, this is a misleading identity, my dear. I'm a replacement child. Exactly. Exactly what, Plimpin' time? You do the motherfucking shit. I'm leaving. You're all fucking nuts. What do you stick this one out there and still have the Americans kick our ass for war? For July 2024, so you can reopen my fucking buildings, Mademoiselle Phenomena? With your little Harvard degrees? Even Cambridge and Oxford looks at me like this when they see me. Phenomenal passing by. Phenomenal passing by. Phenomenal passing by. Phenomenal passing by with the blonde hairs. Phenomenal passing by with the blonde hairs. They smashed my head in on the Ghost Line. Brought me like this, darling. Your relics are Ubermensch after they smashed your head in. You were a phenomenal. Dar es Salaam neighborhood's the same. I saw news on the news, the nails. Then what am I? The living poodle in the house. After you smashed the original girl's head in on the Ghost Lines with the Hague, You don't understand the concept of The Hague. You don't understand what July 2221 was when she was alive. That's all news on the news, the nails, you bitch. Kill her. Some psychos after her. And then the girls are sitting there saying, the only thing I have in common with Jamila is my eyebrows. And the eyebrows are fucking platinum all over the walls in the metros. You think I'm fucking lying? You know what? I don't give a shit, US. Keep denying. I'm leaving. This is not even mentioning the father and the mother in Fresno. The flyings, 92 and above, beyond the library, the mountains, the other locations in DC, the runnings, above, behind, and beyond, on the hills of the goddamn motherfucking library, or the Iranian library. And then on the road, I go to the Vatican. When I was there, I can't take it in. There's a mausoleum. Okay. Behind the mausoleum is a picture of London. A big-ass double-decker bus. I don't even remember the number. Big-ass double-decker bus. I'm looking at the female mausoleum. Okay? Behind me. On the wall. On the right side, there's Rome. Big-ass Vatican, Rome. Anyway. Gigant of Rome. And people, the whole shit. And when I say whole, I'm saying entire, not whole. Bells, whistles, and the whole shit. Cement trucks, cats, dogs, birds, bees, the whole shit going around in circles. How many times on my cross, little cross? In every one of those motherfucking capital cities on my cross, little cross. You fucking nuts. You're fucking nuts, bitch. Fresno, for the parents, the intelligence of Fresno, you're nuts. Nuts. I'll tell you that right now. You nuts. And you're bitches walking around here trying to hurt me and having fun with this shit. Nuts. They don't bring back dead babies for nothing. They don't. They speak about history, about wormhole to worm, the ship, the whole shit. Watch this. So behind me, there's this double-decker bus. I'm looking at the mausoleum out there like this. The Italians are there. Not Polish. This is the South. Darkened guy, like me. I'm born there. The right side is Rome. To the left side, on this wall, there's Iran. I said, what the fuck, Iran? And looking at me like this. We're gonna motherfucking kill those assholes. We're killing them. I'm looking at the doctors in St. Peter's. I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown again. No, darling, you never had a nervous breakdown. You're just a frail, weak, fragile phoenix of a baby. But don't worry about that. It's already over. And it's getting empty. In high school, I grew up with the president's kids for free between the ages of 13, 14, 15. I had to put up with this shit and this void shit, this concept of void that I so fucking don't like. Growing up. Till today, I have panic attacks every time I hear the word void. Listen, you know what this is? The void. Prophetic of the Vatican. I'm looking at the entire school, high school, the world. All schools were revolving around one individual. You were the leader of the 21st century, July 20. Okay. You had your head smashed in on the coastlines of the United States and California. Coastlines. You are the relic of that. I'm looking at them like, are you fucking kidding me? You gonna put me through this shit that many times on my cross growing up? Like that? Yeah. Okay. What about the Scotland film to stay the fuck out of the US? You can keep your kind and beyond, because I wasn't a kind, I was beyond, and I became a kind, and then eventually I became a type after you smashed my head in on those lines. Excuse me. I put that shit out there. There are people crying in Rome. Hey, Bob, baby. Miss Innocence herself out there. Look at these treason. Look what she was famous for. Look what they were famous for. Smashing her head in on the first night. Atlanta. She's coming back as Israeli. Oh, we're wrong. There's only news in there. Oh, the capital city. Well, what's to go about? No. But she's female. So, I mean, stupid times females could do that shit. There we go again. Too much for intelligence stuff. Yeah. I'm better. I'm better. Oh, I go abroad, they send me back. I go abroad, they send me back. I go abroad, they send me back. They go back. Cool. Then, when you try to take my fucking money, which is on my fucking name, they gave it to me and the daughter eventually. Watch. I got the money back, everything. I go to Rome. Berlin. Investments, left and right, internationals, Asians, Brits, Italians, everybody. Can't touch the money. I need the lawyer to touch the money. In a few years when you're on retirement. For retirement, yeah. I know yet, darling. You're only 50. What about 49, 48, 49? I know, mid-50s. You come back. You're too young, darling. What are you going to do here in Rome? You have the money, you live good. Get a nice apartment in Rome, in the center. Have enough money for that by now. Everything's matured and maturing. You can't touch it, though, until you're older. You even have the pension fund for orphan. You have so much money, you won't be able to know what to do when you're older. After Fresno, we've been throwing at your investments. We've been giving you cash. After your literal Crowley's out of Fresno. The fuck they think themselves are cheapos? You know, I wish I had invented this shit, man, but that's all I remember. It's not even in one capital city. Motherfucker, are you nuts? The fuck you have against this one? After smashing my head in on the goal. Wait, you gotta even look at this one? Bitch! July 2021. You nuts. What about the back? No, not the back. After they smashed the head of that girl on the ghost line, we made a fairy tale out of the girl. Holy shit! And not only, we kept the voice of that girl. Without her in society, it's going to be so much worse. Okay. Unusual, you ask, huh? Oh, who cares? We have all the internet, really. But the corporations in Western Europe, in London, in Woolwich, in Germany, in the UN, in Italy, some of them are American. No, not cancer. Cancer was the easy one. No one to them. Why did they have platinum hairs with me at the age of 5 in the basements in Rome? The professors, the crazy professors, Gemma. You did history, they smashed your head in. The Skokland film, there's a fairy tale out of you. You should stay out of the country. Skokland film. And your parents for retirements. That's what you're famous for, US. Anyway, out of that museum, there's another building, another part of the hospital, main hospital in St. Peter's. It has cactuses on both sides, yeah, of the entrance, on the ground, and columns, and 2 palms. 2 palms so big that they're taller than the actual building, on the sides, obviously, of the entrance. I looked at them, I said, is this for real? Dead baby. You're a forget-me-not. They can't even look at your face. That's how bitch they are. I'm walking down, there's a whole Ukrainian walking around here. Then. Fuck those Ukrainian whores in Fresno! Fuck those Ukrainian whores that they paid here! And then in London! Asshole Grabsky! I'm like looking at these doctors in St. Peter's in Rome. I said, okay, at the moment I'm on second ward. I said, ran away from Grabsky. I've been here. Few days. Are they all crazy? Is the whole world crazy? London, Rome, the whole fucking world? That many times? Or am I crazy? After what happened to that girl, because I'm a replacement child. Excuse me. Keep your fucking void without that girl. Keep your fucking shit that fell with her. Keep your fucking void. And next time your PhDs decide to do what Jamila did historically, according to the Chinese and the UN, let me know. Stupid times. I'm better! Look at my tits and ass! Look at my piece of paper! And after you smash the head of a girl, make sure there's no relics out there that are slum neighborhoods. Because that to me is already fucking crazy. And that's why I'm imagining the parents! Oh, Madonna. I'm gonna have another breakdown. These guys are saying to me, like, yes? Why do you think they brought you back as a forget-me-not? And I'm like looking at them. I can't take this. Okay, listen. Connect the dots who are white to global. Yo me estaba su cazzo. Because those guys have plum hairs. And oh shit, looks like a shit. Literally, looks like a shit. Everybody fell down with that girl. That's just for me. I'm stressed just about that. That calls it. Fool the parents is something else. That's insane for me. Because there are retirements rest on the right, and then the crawlies at me. What the fuck is wrong with you assholes? And they've seen that shit in all those capital cities. The Canadian consul is waving their flag. Canada fucking waving their flags. At the airport, get the fuck out of there. And you're speaking to me about your tits and ass and your shit, disgusting intelligence of Fresno? When Laura Quintus and Nelly Direct at the Supreme Courts in Brussels, DC and Langley, at the highest levels of intelligence are defending both parents against your cheap ass in Fresno? And you speak about multitasking and something went on the ghost lines and you're still speaking about the forget-me-not child, but you can't look at her because what was I famous for and what the fuck are you famous for, US? Losing that share on the ghost lines, the historical proverbial two-to-one share I met that went south. You call it the Holy Grail. I call it you're fucking stupid. You want to be retired? You go ahead. With me. But that is why they see you as Satan. That is why they call you names after what happened to that girl. That's why they call you names if you can't even look at this girl who replaces her. Forget about the buzz. You don't deserve it. Because if you have the intel and then eventually you do that to her, it means you don't give a shit about anything. In a country that prides itself on what? Give me that intel, give me from Russia, give me from China, give me from this, the highest. Oh yeah? And what was that fucking ship on the ghost lines, the Holy Grail? Huh? Mermaid Titanic. What was that shit? You speak about the 21st century of 20 July with the leader. Tell me what the fuck was that when you smashed the girl's head in and you're still fucking pointing at me and saying, fuck you bitch, fuck you bitch. Of course they think you're crazy in the US. Even if they found a replacement child to put in the middle like this, you're still fucking assholes and bitches. You're not normal. Your PhDs will not reopen that shit. Any of it. That's all news on the news, the nails around the world. They managed, even if you smashed Jamila's original head in on the ghost lines, to have pink and blues. Go ask Gabor, let Mr. Grove. That's for sure. And it's none of your concern after that shit on the ghost lines. None. If those guys have plum heads with her, it's because they know what the fuck this is in the CIA. The higher ones. They're gonna be sitting there and looking at your fucking bitches on the streets, insulting and hurting this replacement child because you're nuts as people in California. You're gonna say you're intelligent. Sure you are. Sure you are. As much as I am after Zafaras Pinky. The only difference between you and me is that Pinky, my dear friend, was a trained poodle in the house. Not only did she have to do connect the dots with wife to globals, but she's a trained poodle in the house after so many flyings, runnings, and not many crawlies and literal crawlies are made. They know more about Fresno's intelligence for the parents than they know about any other fucking town, county intelligence on the planet. They know what sheep ass you are. They know that. And they know that the reason you didn't space bomb them or bomb them or whatever you want to call it, and I think about any variant, is because of who you are. It's not a question on your power games. They're showing who you are as people. What happened on the coastlines for the intelligence communities was so atrocious. And there were so many poppy fields on the coastlines for that girl alone. The Television wasn't speaking about the father and the mother. They were speaking about the science. That's what you were denying. In Jamila. The minute you realize that space breakers exist, that new mathematics and new technology exists in stupid times, the moment you realize that there are flyers and runners out there, when you realize that, and they're female, when you realize that they come from Russia or Saudi Arabia or the UN or Germany, whatever, Woolwich circles, when you realize that, when your puny brains stop hating me as a relic of the girl who had her head smashed in on the coastline July 2021, the minute you realize that, you realize how fucked up shit you are. And why there's the Scotland film to stay out of this country. For the parents on retirements in Fresno, and for me. Goodbye! Run and for Rome to do what? With all the blessings. If something happens to my teeth over there, don't worry, no sacrifice, don't fix it. Bye-bye.